Hello everybody, Don't Blink here again with another Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary for you guys, and today was a good day in the Battlefield community because DICE finally released some official patch information for the upcoming Mega Patch. So I'm going to go through as much of it as I possibly can in this video. If I don't get to it all, I'll have to make a part 2 for tomorrow or something. And I'm not going to cover the weapon balance changes that I covered in my recent patch video. So if you want to learn about those changes, you can go and watch that video. I'll leave a link to that video in the description to this one. So on to the patch notes. First up, we have general gameplay fixes, and I'm going to be going through this really fast. So if you want to take it in a bit more slowly, you can go and read the patch notes yourselves. I'm not going to be covering everything because I can't. There's just not enough time. So I'm just going to get to as much of the important stuff as I possibly can in the time allotted. So, general gameplay fixes. There's going to be more consistent fall damage. You won't die from falling 2 feet. You'll be able to get up from prone faster. And additionally, aiming down sights accuracy recovers faster after moving. So if you jump around a corner and immediately aim down sights, you'll be a little bit more accurate. The black screen that occurs whenever you spawn is going to be a lot shorter, which I'm happy about. The suppression effect is going to be increased. So you're going to have a lot more recoil and reduced accuracy when that happens. But the cover specialization, which reduces suppression, is going to be improved as well. So that's going to be a more important specialization as we move forward. Parachute maneuverability is going to be improved, and switching between primaries and secondaries is quicker. I'm really happy about that change. The flak specialization is going to be improved. I'm very happy about that as well. It's already a very good specialization, but I'm really looking forward to getting killed even less often by explosives, that's for sure. Bipod placement and vaulting are both going to be a little bit smoother, a little bit more reliable in the future. And the knife will only take 2 swipes to kill from now on, as opposed to 3 as it is now. Now on to vehicle fixes. Unguided tank shells and RPGs will kill aircraft instantly before they just disable them. There's going to be higher tank-on-tank damage and slower repair tool repair rate, which means that tank battles, when they're battling other tanks, are going to be much shorter. The repair tool, on the other hand, is going to be doing more damage to enemy and infantry and vehicles. So I might have to go ahead and try to do another repair tool only TDM or something like that to see how it's improved. Laser designated weaponry is getting improved damage and locking time, but they can now be distracted by flares. Additionally, the Jet's air-to-ground missiles are getting improved both in terms of their locking distance and time, and Jet and Chopper anti-aircraft missile locking time is being improved as well. Flares no longer break lock-ons, only distract missiles. And flares distract missiles more reliably. Anti-aircraft missiles hit their targets more reliably, but no longer kill vehicle pilots without killing their vehicles. Additionally, anti-aircraft missiles damage jets 45%, so it's going to take more than 2 hits to take down a jet with an Igla or Stinger from now on. Speaking of the Igla and Stinger, their lock-on and disable are going to both occur much more quickly. So they're going to be more effective when you can actually lock on, but their lock-on range is being reduced drastically. Additionally, jet cannon damage is going to be reduced against aircraft, so you won't be able to take down helicopters quite as quickly from now on. And guided rockets only track ground targets now. The chopper gunner has had its damage reduced against armor. Chopper guns suppress correctly, finally. And chopper rocket pods' accuracy and damage are going to be improved against infantry and other choppers. The Havoc chopper is finally being improved all around to be more competitive with the Viper. That was sorely needed. And the IFV's APF SDS direct hit damage is going to be improved, as well as the guided missile locking on time. Parked cars blow up more easily and do more damage, and deaths caused by them are now credited correctly to the player that caused them. And the F-35 is also being improved to be more competitive, just like the Havoc is. Vehicle crashes no longer result in suicides or team kills, you'll just die. And something I'm excited about is the MAV no longer destroys, but is actually destroyed by vehicles it crashes into. And there are more changes to the MAV that I'll cover in just a little bit. Air vehicle collisions result in both vehicles being destroyed, so no more ramming, which was a very annoying, griefing, and trolling tactic used by some. Anti-aircraft vehicles will now have increased base accuracy when they first start firing, but the longer the burst, the worse the accuracy will get. Anti-aircraft vehicles will also have reduced damage to infantry, and stationary AA will now have air radar equipped by default. Now when you're in a vehicle, you'll get better audio feedback when taking damage, and disabled vehicles will have increased reverse speed so that they can escape to cover. The T90 crosshair is going to be more accurate, and toggle and hold zoom settings on the PC will be applied more uniformly to vehicles and such. The Amtrak turret now has zoom, a third-person view, and can be aimed more easily while the vehicle is moving. I know that was a big complaint of console players who can't adjust their sensitivity on the fly. Additionally, below radar will now also prevent Stinger and Igla lock-ons. And this is a big one for the community, I know. Very important feature being added here. All Jeeps will now have horns. That's a big one right there. I'm glad they added that one. Next up, we have weapon fixes. And again, if you'd like an in-depth overview of what they're doing in terms of balancing the weapons with this patch, you can go and watch my recent video. A link will be in the description. But there are a few things that have changed, a few things that I didn't cover, and I'm going to cover those now. So first up, I mentioned in my previous video that the AS Val will now have access to extended mags. Those will be unlocked at 200 kills now. The M26 Mass and M320 will now benefit from laser sights when equipped on an underslung rail, which is kind of interesting. Additionally, the 9x39mm rounds no longer benefit from marksman headshot bonuses. There will be no more weapon jamming for semi-automatic and burst fire weapons. I'm super excited about that. It will make the AN-94 and the KH-2002, among many, many other weapons, much more usable as a result. At max range, shots to the legs no longer require more hits to kill for semi-automatic sniper rifles, assault rifles, LMGs, and shotgun slugs. Buckshot and flechette spreads now benefit from being zoomed, so zooming those shotguns will actually help from now on. Quick knife attempts have a shorter delay, so you can actually, knife a little bit faster when just pressing the quick knife button. So that's kind of cool. And finally, big change. This will definitely help out with close quarters gunfights and general douchebaggery in Battlefield 3. The USAS and the MK3A1 will have reduced firing rates when firing frag rounds. So that was actually a mistake on DICE's part, and they finally fixed it, so I'm very happy about that. The M26 Mass now has its kills applied towards the shotgun ribbon, and smoke grenade hit detection has actually been fixed. So I'm very happy about that. If you've seen my recent smoke-only team deathmatch video, had a few issues there. Now on to weapon accessories. First up we have scopes. The 7x scope now zooms a full 7 times. That's obviously very important. And the IR scope is going to be more consistent across levels and weapons. They nerfed it a couple months ago, and I think they nerfed it a bit too hard, so hopefully they'll reach a nice middle ground with this change. The bipod is being buffed significantly, especially for assault rifles and carbines. It's also going to provide similar accuracy and recoil benefits whether your weapon's zoomed or not. I'm not really sure if I agree with that. I don't really see why they would institute that change, but whatever. And bipod deployment is 40 to 50% faster depending upon the weapon. So that's a huge change and will make it much easier and much more useful to use a bipod. The heavy barrel, I covered that quite a bit in my recent video. But something I didn't know about is several weapons' bullet velocities are going to be increased when using the heavy barrel. So low bullet velocity weapons will actually see an increase to their bullet velocity and travel time when using the heavy barrel from now on. The laser sight hip accuracy bonus has been increased for all weapons and is now specific to each weapon. And according to DICE, they actually had to change some of the PDW's accuracy values because the change to the laser sight actually made it so that they were more accurate when fired from the hip than they were when aimed down sights. So I'm glad they fixed that before putting this patch out, but that must mean that the laser sight is going to be really, really awesome with this new patch, and I'm excited about that. The suppressor foregrip combo now has similar accuracy to a bare weapon, but with worse hip accuracy and range and better stealth and recoil. So hopefully that will lead more people to trying out different accessory combos, and everyone won't automatically default to that combination instead. Next up we have gadgets. C4 and claymores have reduced spot times. The EOD bot has improved handling and aiming. Placeable gadgets like the radio beacon, motion sensor, things like that will be easier to deploy. And two really big changes that I'm happy about. The MAV will still be able to roadkill on occasion, but it will almost always result in the MAV being destroyed. So I'm happy about that. Definitely. And MAV elevators are no more. Another very important and awesome change. The MAV and motion sensor will have identical sweep frequencies, so their motion sensing capabilities will be the same. SOFLAMs, MAVs, and EOD bots are now no longer auto-entered when deployed. So now you can go place your SOFLAM and go back to cover. So I'm happy about that one, because auto-entering and then getting shot while you're trying to exit is kind of a pain in the butt. Knives now destroy enemy equipment. C4 cannot be detonated upon respawning. It can be detonated, however, if revived within 5 seconds. Players can have up to 6 mines deployed, which will persist after death. And another big change, claymores now disappear 5 seconds after a player's death. Another big change to claymores is they now detonate for vehicles and can actually disable jeeps and kill their passengers. They won't damage or do anything really to heavily armored vehicles, however. Ammo kits now remain until a player deploys another kit, just like med kits, and they also resupply bullets more quickly and explosives more slowly. The RPG, SMAW, and 40mm grenade all had their blast radii against infantry reduced, and RPGs and SMAWs default capacities are now being dropped from 5 to 4, so the explosives specialization is going to be even more important if you want to have enough rockets to take down vehicles and such. The medkit's healing rate is being increased. That actually kind of surprised me. It's already quite high at 10 health per second, but I mean, I'm not bent out of shape about it. I really like using medkits, and they are especially helpful. The MAV now descends when crouch toggle is pushed. That's PC specific. Don't worry yourselves, console players. It doesn't affect you. Mortars can no longer be deployed in protected spawns. Another huge and very awesome change. And explosives now only appear on the minimap when spotted. So they won't just randomly appear, and hopefully mines and C4 traps and things like that will be a little bit easier to pull off. Team Deathmatch has had its starting spawns improved. Many maps have had their spawns tweaked. And Tehran highways and Karg Island's playable areas have also been enlarged. For Squad Deathmatch, again, starting spawns have been improved, and Damavan Peak's layout and spawns have been tweaked to reduce player spread and hopefully increase the pace of battle. Tehran Highways and Nashar Canal's spawns have also been tweaked in Squad Deathmatch. And that's it. That was a lot of information. Sorry if it was a bit long-winded or anything like that, but I wanted to share as much of it as I possibly could with you guys. I didn't even scratch the surface, though. If you want to see the full patch notes, I will obviously be leaving a link in the description of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me quite a while to compile all the information and make it suitable for this format. So as always, a thumbs up is much appreciated if you did enjoy the video, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.